Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for, is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, July 20th. SPY has this kind of pretty narrow volume, narrow range day. A little bit of a shooting star look to it, but again, I don't give a lot of weight to, or just single daily candles. They don't mean that much. Anything can happen tomorrow. Um, we are getting into earnings season. I think Tesla reported after hours. So some interesting stuff. There's definitely going to be some stuff moving, right? From today, it was pretty slow for me. I'm going to share a couple screenshots for those that didn't make it to the chat room today. I put this line on the chart because you can't see on the day, you can't see the daily here. I took a screenshot of the intraday, but I posted about this flag right here. There's my post in chat. RX resilient, and this flag below the recent high, which I'll show you that in a second on the daily. But the implication here is the flag break probably going to get us through that recent high, and then you got a nice 50-60 cent move, pulled back to retest, and then it really took off. So let me go to RX real quick, and this up the horizontal line there, that's the recent high I was talking about, right? And then you had the intraday shot that I showed you. So that was the nice pop. I also took a screenshot of just my post there. SXTP over 322 is a high of day break. Late in the day may get some short covering. And this was XXT, and this was gapping up. It's only been trading for a few sessions. I don't know if I can. Now I can't. Won't let me zoom in. Wait, maybe it will. Okay, so it's only been trading for what 6 days, but really beaten up the last 4 days. So then gapped up today. I wasn't in love with it, but switching to 5-minute candles, and now let me pan back out. There's the early high. Just put a horizontal line there. The idea was a late day high of day break might get some short cover. It did. From the 322 break, it went up to over 350 something. Again, nice percentage gain, but not a huge move. But there's a couple things that I called in chat today. Overall, though, it was pretty dead. A lot of what I call sidewaysness, right? So back to the SPY. There we are. And let me pan out a little bit. Show you a couple dailies real quick. Tesla closed at 291.26. As I'm talking, it's pretty much flat. It's trading at like 289. It was pretty whippy in after hours. I also want to show you Carvana, CVNA. I wasn't around in after hours. I would have loved to have taken this over the earlier high. Basically, let's see, the earlier high was like right below 57. I would have taken this over 57 in after hours, but I wasn't around for it. There's a 24-hour extended hours, in other words. So the 57 break got you pretty quick with a 62.38, and it's holding up pretty well. Who knows what it's going to do the rest of the session. But there's a couple interesting things going on in after hours. And let's go right to what we're watching for tomorrow. I hate to say it because it's redundant, but some of you might not know. I'm a day trader, in case somebody's watching the video for the first time. This is a list of stocks that may give me a trade tomorrow based on A-plus intraday setups that we teach, right? Showed you a couple today. All right, so SXTP, I already talked about this one, and it's only, 6 days old, but it pretty beaten up from the second day of trading. I mean, the high there was 865, and it's still down into 3. So I'm going to watch it and see if it has follow-through of today's bounce. I am certainly not in love with that chart, though. CBNA, a lot of shorts, and they're kind of caught, so we'll see if it has a follow-through day. QVTS is just... let me put the horizontal line right about there. Remember, I wanted this as a breakout over that horizontal line, which happened when I had no internet yesterday. So today it's kind of holding up. So maybe it's forming a new area to find support. But because the quantum computing that's hard for me to say. Quantum computing plays have been strong. They may get a bid again tomorrow. So I am going to keep it on watch. So that's QBTS. AAOI, we had on bounce watch today. Remember, I said I love this area between the 8 and the 20. Look at that bounce. I would love to be bragging, saying what a genius I am and how much money I made. But when you go to 5-minute candles, straight out of the gate, just took off. So I never found an entry in it. And that happens. It can happen. You can't catch them all. Anyway, so you've got a really strong stock, pulled back to that buy zone, and a nice rip today. We're going to see if it catches a bid again tomorrow. CLBR, this is... just insane. Look what it did yesterday. And then look what it did today. I'm a day trader, so I'm going to have it on watch, but it's really kind of spooky to me. I'll give you some numbers. Yesterday topped out at 1434 before going down to 895. I mean, that's insane. And then today takes out yesterday's high. I would have never guessed that. But because it made such crazy moves, we'll have it on a chart. Be careful with it if it gives you any kind of a setup. This is Lemonade, LMND. Nice volume today. Kind of pushing up into no man's land, though. I don't know. I feel like it needs to come in a day or two. But I am going to put it on the list and see if we get a setup. GP, kind of a quiet inside day. After the big rip 3 sessions ago, inside day. And then, again, quiet inside day. Topped out right around 550, though. So maybe over 550. Then you've got yesterday's high, 565. And then the day before that, 605. So that's what we call stacked catalysts. We'll see if we get a setup in it. BBIG is just still holding up really well. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can get a better look. You had this pop, the flag, and it's really kind of pushing to the upside. Not very quickly. And again, I'm a day trader, so I'm not in it right now. But, you know, maybe we get some volume and a big push on an A+ setup one of these days. So I'll just keep it on a chart. ROOT. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I wanted to pan out, actually. All right, so a big rip back here. Came back down to that buy zone we like. Popped a little bit sideways and now curling back up. So I like it because today's high, 1305. If we break that, maybe we make a run at this 1480. But I like the looks of it. So we're going to have that one on a chart. Sun W, if solars get a bid, right? You had a nice run in this one that topped out yesterday at 211. And then today topped out at exactly 2. You guys know I like those whole numbers. So if we get through 2 tomorrow, that's a whole number inflection point plus a break of today's high. And plus you have the most recent high from yesterday just up there at 211 for another potential catalyst. That's why I like that one. It's still a little far from the moving averages for me to be in love with it, though. FNGR, now it's down to the 20-day. It goes right back on Bounce Watch. Those of you that are following me, but not in the chat room, I've had this on Bounce Watch for a couple days. I did take a trade in this one today. Let's see, right there is the early high, and it was right around $5, right? So I took it on the $5 break plus basically a high of day break. I didn't take any off when it went to 517 because that wasn't enough of a move for me. But it chopped around for so long, I thought, okay, well, maybe we curl up and have a big move. And when it came back down, I sold out flat. That's it. I just sold out flat. So it was a non-event for me. And since I'm a day trader, it goes right back on watch tomorrow because now we're down to the 20-day. And you could argue retesting. See this high right here? It's kind of retesting that break of that high that happened right there. So it's kind of an interesting area. So that one goes on Bounce Watch again. And then RDFN. Let me go to the daily chart. Oh, I'm already on the daily chart. RDFN's had a nice move and came down today to that area that we look for. Kind of a retest of the most recent high break. See how that area can be relevant. I got to tell you, I'm not in love with this list, but it's earnings season. So we're going to have some new leaders to day trade going forward. That's it for me. I'm done babbling. We'll see you guys in the chat room.